enkantolo kanti ezike zaphinde zabukwa kabusha la enkantolo khona okunye-ke okuvusha enkantolo efanele ukuthi izama ukuqaphela kanti-ke sikhulume ngama-exhibit EC4 ingxenye-ke ye-pocketbook kaBabu Msiya EC5 kanti-ke ingxenye-ke ye-behind registration incwadi zemoto lapho kanti C6 i-plan register C7 sikhuluma nge-case register i-exhibit paragraph 58 page number 4 u-XD lapho-ke ubufakazi okanye-ke istatimenti esichama khona laphana ku-warrant officer rule officer khona laphana paragraph 59 i-X13 i-annexa E1 fika ku-E5 ekamangena-ke leyo ingxenye zobufakazi ezilethwa umangena la enkantolo X14 ikopi ye-license yesibhamu ye-9mm parabellum kanti-ke i-X14 lena esikhuluma ngayo sasiyisebenzisa phambilini-ke kanti-ke ingxenye zobufakazi okanye iqukethwe ku-X2 konke kwakukhona ku-X14 kukhona laphana kwingxenye yobufakazi X2 bese siba-ke nokunye ubufakazi obubonakalayo ngamehlo kanye physical exhibit lapho-ke okusha lapho i-X2 okuyi-CZ75 pistol isibhamu lesi esikhuluma ngaso uma si-check-a phezu kwaso-ke i-serial number yakhona isuliwe kanti-ke khona futhi ingxenye yobufakazi okuyi inhlamvu eke yashaya yadutshulwa yashaya khona laphana kuloya muzi waka Commander Flores kanti i-exhibit 4 phezu kwe-top ye-lokhu njani-ke ye-cabinet yasekhishini khona-ke inhlamvu eyatholakala lapho-ke nge-27 October 2014 exhibit 5 sikhuluma-ke ngale bhokisi ele-blue okanye hlaza kwesibhakabhaka elaliphethe-ke inhlamvu ze-9mm.
All the councils have the updated exhibit lists.
Yes, I've just given.
Oh, you've done it? Yeah, okay, fine, thanks.
The state then calls the next witness is Mr. Peter Jacobus Smarts. This witness is going to testify in respect of Exhibit X in brackets 14. I beg leave to hand up the exhibit.
Thank you.
This largely pertain to charges of possession of firearm and ammunition as per the indictment, or the firearm mentioned in the indictment.
Okay. Yeah, let the witness in.
Please, my lord. Full name, sir?
Peter Jacobus Smarts.
Peter Jacobus Smarts, my lord, is the name of the witness. Peter Jacobus Smarts. Do you have any objection in taking a prescribed oath, sir?
No.
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing else but the truth? And so raise up your right hand and say, so help me God.
So help me God.
Oath taken, my lord.
The court, please, my lord. I don't think the witness name is on the list.
Okay.
Mr. Smarts, where do you work?
I'm currently working for SBV Services.
Chige okwamanje ngisebenzela-ke i-SBV services okanye inkonzo ze-SBV.
How many years service there?
I've been working for the past 24 years at SBV.
Chige ngineminyaka ewu-24 ngisebenzela-ke i-SBV.
And what is your position there at SBV?
I'm currently employed as a legislative manager.
Chige ngisebenza njenge-manager yokushaya komthetho laphayana okanye legislative manager shaya umthetho.
And can you explain what is SBV?
SBV is a cash,
What type of company is it?
SBV is a cash in transit company. We transport in cash in armored vehicles together with our security officers that are armed to transport the cash from points A to point B.
Ke uma sikhuluma nge-SBV sikhuluma ke ngenkampani emayelana ke nokuhanjiswa kwemali imali ke imoto emali ke lena kanti ke abantu abasebenza ngayo okanye abasebenza khona asebenzisa leyo moto wona nogada abaphatha ibhamu kanti ke basusa imali ke kusuka endaweni ethize bayise endaweni ethize.
And what do your duties entail?
My duties entail firearm compliance in the business. That starts off with purchasing of firearms for the business, licensing of firearms, general compliance in terms of security officers that are issued with firearms to verify and validate their firearm competencies, and then to issue those firearms to the required employees to fulfill the duties of the company.
Umsebenzi wami ke usho khona ke ukuthi kwamele sibheke ukuthi ibhamu zisemthethweni okanye ke zihlonipha imithetho elawulwa ke ukuphathwa kwezibhamu futhi thina ke abantu abahamba ke bayothenga lezo ibhamu ngokusemthethweni senze ke isiqiniseko sokuthi nama license walezo ibhamu akhona kubantu ke abazokwazi ukusebenzisa lezo ibhamu kanti ke ngokujwayelekile nje jikelele esikwenzayo ukwenza ke isiqiniseko sokuthi umthetho uyahlonipheka mayelana ke nokuba khona nokusetshenziswa kwesibhamu nokuthi ke umuntu osebenzisa isibhamu unalo ulwazi nokhono lokuthi makasebenzise leso sibhamu futhi ke senze nesiqiniseko ke sokuthi lezo ibhamu siyakwazi ukuthi sinikeze abantu abafanele ukuthi mabayiphathe lezo ibhamu.
Now, in your capacity as a legislative manager, what is your duties as far as firearms are concerned?
With regards to firearms, we need to comply with legislation. So it's my duties to ensure that we as a business comply. And then should firearms be stolen or lost, we then report it to the police. As per the legislation, that it needs to be done 24 hours within or lost.
Kanti ke esikwenzayo ke umphathi khona laphana kwilelo gatsha ke le legislation ngamanye amazwi legislative manager uthi ke mina ngenza isiqiniseko sokuthi sihlonipha umthetho okanye sihambelana nomthetho kanti ke ibhizinisi kunesiqiniseko sokuthi ibhizinisi nalo liyenze izinto ngokusemthethweni. Uma ke mhlambe kukhona ke ibhamu elilahlekile okanye isibhamu esilahlekayo lapho ke umsebenzi wethu kwenza isiqiniseko sokuthi siyosiripota ke leso sibhamu kakhulukazi ke amaphoyisa afanele ukuthi akwazi lokho kanti ke nokugcwaliswa ke kwamaphepha okanye ke ama-document amayelana ke nakho konke lokho ke ithina ke abantu abenza isiqiniseko sokuthi lawo ma-document abakhona futhi ke uma kufunwa lezo ibhamu ngama-document agcwalisiwe okanye amaphepha agcwaliswe yithi.
Now, in this case, a firearm has featured in Exhibit X2, the Firearm Extract Register from Cleveland, as well as Exhibit X13D. It's the affidavit by Warrant Officer Wilofse. I'll show you firstly extract of Exhibit X2.
Okay. Sizobheka ke ingxenye ze X2 ingxenye zofakazi i-Exhibit X2.
It's a CZ pistol. And also in Exhibit D, the affidavit of Warrant Officer Rulofse.
I can see that.
Yes. Now, what is your comment regarding the firearm? And I must also draw attention to Exhibit X2. I'm sorry, Exhibit 2. The firearm, if Exhibit 2 can just be placed there on the next to the witness. Now, what is your comment regarding?
But this, on the exhibit documentation here, it proves that this firearm is related to the company Firearm.
Ke nalesi sibhamu nama document wesibhamu okanye ama document amayelana ke nalesi sibhamu senkampani. Kuyabonakala ukuthi lesi sibhamu sivelela ngaphansi kwenkampani yethu kanti serial number yakhona ethi 8587B.
You have just produced an item there. What is that?
Yeah.
This item I've got in my hand is the true license of the firearm that was issued by the South African Police in terms of the Firearms Control Act 60 of 2000.
Kanti ke lokho engikuphethe le khathi leli engiliphethe kuyi license eyakhishwa ke ukuya ngomthetho okanye imibandela ye Act 60 ye 2000 kanti yakhishwa ke isiphoyisa lona ke leli license engiliphethe esandleni sami.
So could please,
license lesibhamu.
so could please, my lord, the extract of the firearm license has already been handed up as Exhibit X in brackets 14. Can you just put the particulars of the license on record?
Particulars, it was issued to the SBV services. The serial number of the firearm is 8587 Bravo. The make is a CZ. It's a handgun and it's a 9mm parabellum pistol.
Imininingwane yaso sona leso sibhamu ukuthi isibhamu esakhishwa sikhishela iSBV okanye inkonzo zeSBV kanti serial number yakhona ethi 8587B kuyi CZ uhlobo lwaso bese ke kuthiwa ke kuyisibhamu okuyi handgun isibhamu esibanjwa nje ngesandla esodwa ecaliber kuthiwa i9mm parabellum pistol.
Yes. Is that all?
That's all, thanks.
Sorry, is that the original?
That's the original licenses.
Can you show it to the accused and the defense? Because Mr. Prosecutor, you have made a copy of that.
Indeed, ma'am.
Yeah, because we've got the original in court. It must be shown to the counsels so that we ascertain ourselves that it is not forged.
Now, Mr. Smarts, can you briefly tell the court in your own words as to what happened to this firearm? Just a minute.
You know what? Let the witness put. I know you've got it in the exhibit, but I see there's a barrel number there. Okay, can you put it on record so that?
Okay, the barrel number reflects to the serial number of the firearm.
Okay. So it is
8587 Bravo.
Okay, barrel number is also similar to the serial
It's
number.
similar, so the
Okay.
firearm serial number on the barrel, the slide and the receiver is the same.
The slide and the receiver.
Yes.
Same. Okay.
Ke le serial number iyavelela khona laphana kwi-barrel nakwi-receiver. Futhi ke uma sikhuluma nge-serial number nakwi-barrel kukhona yona leya number ye-8587B.
Now, Mr. Smarts, can you tell the court in your own words as to what happened to the firearm?
This specific firearm related to what we've mentioned now, and the license was stolen during a cash in transit robbery.
Kanti ke njengoba sesisho ke ukuthi lesi sibhamu ke isibhamu esantshontsheka nalaphana la kwakubamba inkunzi yemoto yemali.
It was stolen in 2013
Kwaba isibhamu esantshontseka ngo-2013
in Robbery Reach in the month of May 2013, in which it was reported to the police.
kanti ke salahleka khona laphana eRobbery Ridge ngoMay 2013. Kanti ke lesi sibhamu ke kwase ke kuyareportwa khona emaphoyiseni ukuthi silahlekile.
And where in Robbery Ridge did this incident happen?
It was at a shopping center in Robbery Reach.
Khona ke i-shopping center khona lapha eRobbery Ridge lesi sibhamu salahleka khona.
You mentioned that your company transports cash. Can you just explain what happens when the security officers go out to transport cash?
The security officers carry firearms with them to protect them against any attack on them.
Kanti ke ngenjwayelo ke amaphoyisa ke okanye onogada bahamba nale moto yemali bahamba baphethe ibhamu ukubona ukuthi bakwazi ukuyivikela. Uma ngabe khona ke isigaba lesithize okanye isehlakalo lesithize esenzakala kubona.
So what happened during this incident was the firearms were removed from the SBV employees.
Kanti ke okwenzeka ke kulesi sigameko ukuthi ibhamu zathathwa zasuswa ke kulezi isebenzi ze-SBV.
During the attack, so what the guys have done is they've taken the firearms of our employees so they cannot defend themselves, so they disarmed them.
Futhi ke ngalesi sikhathi behlaselwa futhi isebenzi ze-SBV bahlaselwa njena kuthathwa ibhamu kuqala ngibona ukwenzela ukuthi bangakwazi ukuyivikela.
And then if an employee is disarmed, it's easy to take the cash. So that was the actions of that specific incident.
Kanti ke uma ibhamu seyithathiwe okanye ikhali ithathiwe kuyisebenzi ze-SBV abasakwazi ke ukuthi bangayivikela imali ithathwa ngaleyo ndlela ke.
Now, when the security officers report on duty, you mentioned that they are issued with firearms. Anything else that are issued with?
They are issued with a firearm permit to allow them to use that firearm for the day.
Kanti ke izinto ke abanikezwa zona ngaphandle kwebhamu kuphela sengisho ukuthi isebenzi ze-SBV baphinde banikezwe ke incwajana yokubagunyaza ukuthi ngalolo suku ke bakwazi ukusebenzisa lezo ibhamu.
They are also issued with a magazine with amount of 15 rounds. So what normally happens, they issue one magazine to be inserted in the firearm and a spare magazine consisting of 15. So in total it should be an amount of 30 rounds of ammunition.
Manje okwenzakalayo ke baphinde futhi banikezwe nemagazine. Futhi okwenzakalayo ukuthi kukhishwe isibhamu sinemagazine. Ngaphakathi kwaleyo magazine engaphakathi kwesibhamu kuneyinhlamvu eziwu-15 bese kukhishwa ke omnye magazine oneyinhlamvu eziwu-15 futhi. Mase sihlanganisa konke ke kuba inhlamvu eziwu-30.
Now, Mr. Smarts, what happened after the firearm was robbed?
So after the firearm was robbed, it was reported to our office. We engaged with SAPS to inform them about the incident.
Kanti ke emva kokuthi kuphangwe lesi sibhamu leso senzakalo ke sa report khona lapha ne-office lethu. Thina ke sase sixhumana ne-SAPS amaphoyisa.
And then after we've informed the police, there's a documentation that we complete to notify the SAPS of the stolen or lost firearm, which we did. And
Kanti ke kukhona ke ney'ncwadi okanye amaphepha athize abefanele ukuthi sagcwalisa lawo maphepha mayelana ke nemininingwane ke yesibhamu esatshontshelwe okanye salahleka.
so the documentation was completed and submitted to SAPS, and the firearm was indeed circulated on the South African police firearm system as stolen.
Kanti ke lawo faka leyo mininingwane kwi-system yabo ukuthi ke uma kulobo kufunana nebhamu naleso sibhamu ke sibe sehlwini lebhamu ke eyifunwa ke amaphoyisa.
But as far as the incident itself of robbery, was there any steps, or were there any steps taken regarding that incident?
The steps was taken in terms of we've had our investigation officers working close hand in hand with the police, and
Kanti ke iy'nyathelo ezathathwa lapho ke sacela ke ukuthi abaphenye amacala khona lapha kule nkampani yethu baqhubeke baphenye besebenzisana ke namaphoyisa.
and then the documentation was completed and the docket was opened.
Kanti ke kwagcwaliswa amaphepha idoketi lavulwa.
Do you have particulars of that case docket?
I've got it. It's case 31805 2013 Robbery. This was under that case that this lost stolen firearm was reported to the police, and that was the case that was opened.
Manje ke icala ke elavula imininingwane yakhona ake size kwi i-case number iyo lena 318/05/2013 yase Robbery emayelana ke nokulahleka okanye ukuthathwa kwalesi sibhamu.
Yes, and what happened after the case docket was opened?
So after the case docket was opened, the state opened up that case, and the prosecution on SBV side, we have ensured that the firearm was circulated and that it was stolen, and our investigating officers from there on was working close hand in hand with the police and the investigating team of the police.
Kanti ke emva kokuthi ke kwenzeke lokho thina ke saqhubeka ke ukuthi siqinisekisele ukuthi lesi sibhamu ilesi phecelezi sa-circulate ngamanye amazwi ke safakwa nje kwi-system yamaphoyisa kwenza isiqiniseko ukuthi yisibhamu siloko sisetshwa ke amaphoyisa, futhi ke sakusho ke lokho ukuthi yisibhamu esantshontshwa. Futhi ke abaphenyi benkampani yethu baqhubeka ukusebenza ukwenza isiqiniseko ukuthi bayaphenya ke ukuthi mayelana ke nokulahleka kwalesi sibhamu besebenzisana nawo amaphoyisa.
Yes, what happened? Do you know if the firearm was recovered?
We were not notified.
Yes, what happened?
I was called by Sergeant Malawutsi to do an affidavit stating that this specific firearm related to this incident are that SBV is the owner of that firearm, and that firearm belongs to SBV Services.
Kanti ke ngafonelwa nguye uSergeant Bulawudzi uthe makangifonela ke wangicela ukuthi mangizokuletha ke i-statement okanye ngizokwenza i-affidavit. Iyadingeka ke leyo affidavit ukuthi ke ngizoqinisekisa ke ukuthi lesi sibhamu kuyimpahla yase-SBV.
Did you then make such an affidavit?
I did make such an affidavit in 2020 to state that this firearm belongs to SBV Services.
Othi yebo leyo affidavit ngempela ngayenza eqinisekisayo ukuthi lesi sibhamu kuyisibhamu se-SBV okanye kuyimpahla yase-SBV.
And when was this affidavit made?
It was done in November 2020.
I-affidavit lena ke yenzwa ngoNovember 2020.
Now, in Exhibit X in brackets 13 brackets D, the affidavit of Warrant Officer, Rule Officer in paragraph 8, and he also testified to that effect. That through a process called electromagnetic etching, the serial number was determined as possibly 8587B. What is your comment?
Based on this lab report and the evidence stipulated here, this firearm reflect to this license, so that it's that SBV is the owner of this firearm. That this firearm with serial number 8587B relates to SBV's license. That's the ownership of it.
Kanti ke ukuya ngalokho okuqukethwe leli phepha lokho kusho kanye ke ukuthi okanye nokuqhubeka ke ngisho ke ukuthi ngale lab report lokho kusho khona ke ukuthi leso sibhamu ke esinaleyo serial number 8587B kuyisibhamu ke esimayelana ke nale license engiyiphethe ke ngimina.
You mentioned that your security officers are issued with ammunition. What type of ammunition are they issued
They are
with?
issued with 9mm that fits this firearm, 9mm full metal jackets. That is a FMJ.
Kanti ke ama security ke uma enikezwa inhlamvu banikezwa ke inhlamvu ekwazi ukungena kulesi sibhamu kanti ke inhlamvu ze 9mm okungukuthi ke zona zenziwe ke ngaleyo metal okuthiwa i-full metal jacket FMJ ngamanye amazwi.
Do you know if the firearm is capable of firing any other type of ammunition?
It is capable of firing 9mm ammunition that is other of FMJ, like the CMJs or the hollow points. It can fire any 9mm 9x19.
Kanti ke lesi sibhamu siyakwazi ke ukudubula inhlamvu exhumene nesibhamu okuyi 9mm. Futhi ke isize yakhona kumele nje kube u9 by 19. Noma ke kungenzeka ke ukuthi lezo inhlamvu mhlambe i-full metal jacket or lena enye ke i-complete metal jacket kodwa uma ngabe ke zikwazi ukungena nje khona lapho lezo inhlamvu yakwazi ukudubula.
You mentioned CMJ. What type of ammunition is that?
CMJ is a copper metal jacket or a complete metal jacket.
Uma sikhuluma nge-CMJ
Two types of ammunition you've mentioned.
Yeah, the size is exactly the same, but it's in terms of the bullet head that's differ from copper and lead and solid, and the size is exactly the same. So it's just the weight of the bullet head itself.
manje ke lezi inhlamvu ziyafana isize nje ehlukile okunye.
The process is normally after the court case is complete, they will hand such firearm back to us together with such lab report, and we take this lab report together with the firearm, the license, to the gunsmith that is accredited to put the serial numbers back onto the firearm as per what the lab report is stipulating.
Manje ke uma ukuse sekutholakala lesi sibhamu thina sizolinda ke ukuthi amaphoyisa enze isiqiniseko sokuthi lesi sibhamu ke sibuyiselwa kithina. Kumele sibuyiselwe kithina amaphoyisa emva kokuthi ke zonke inkambo okanye izinqubo zasenkantolo sokuqediwe ngazo. Ngokulokho-ke kukhona nale lab report lena eza nalesi sibhamu. Siyaqinisekisa-ke ukuthi lesi sibhamu ne-license yakhona ziyathathwa ziswa kwi-gunsmith. Kanti-ke uma lesi sibhamu sifika khona laphana kwi-gunsmith, ibona-ke abantu abazokwazi ukuthi baphinde bakuyisele leya serial number phezu kwesibhamu.
Yes.
So after taking it to the gunsmith, he will then put the numbers back onto the firearm.
Shuthi ngamanye amazwi-ke uma sesithathe lesi sibhamu sasisa kwi-gunsmith ukuthi laba abasebenza ngebhamu, ibona-ke abantu abazokwazi ukuthi bathathe le serial number baphinde futhi bayibeke phezu kwalesi sibhamu.
Does the condition of the firearm play any role?
The condition of this firearm play a role, because if you can take the lab report to this, it's definitely playing a role.
Kanti-ke isimo sesibhamu sibamba iqhaza elikhulu kakhulu-ke kule ndlela esisebenza ngakhona-ke ukuthi siphinde sibuyisele futhi isibhamu, njengoba-ke kuqukethwe ile ingxenye zobufakazi la enkantolo.
Yes, but what is the position, for instance, if the firearm is in a bad state?
If the firearm is in a bad state, where it's rusted, or sometimes it's bad in a very bad state, so it's not usable, then we will ask the police to destroy the firearm on our behalf. So we will complete the documentation. Sometimes if they see that the firearm is in a bad state, they will destroy it themselves.
Okay. Uma ngabe-ke isibhamu-ke sesimene esimbi kakhulu futhi sesirusile lesi sibhamu, asikwazi ukuthi umuntu angakwazi ukusebenza phezu kwaso. Sike ngemvamisa sicela amaphoyisa ukuthi amaphoyisa-ke mawa destroy lesi sibhamu okanye ba destroy lesi sibhamu. Uma ngabe bona bayabona nabo ukuthi sisesimene esibi ngokwabo ngokuyikhethela kwabo, banganquma nje ukuthi lesi sibhamu-ke masi-destroy.
If you refer to the lab report, just for record purposes, what are you referring to?
So if I refer to this lab report, I'm referring to the firearm serial numbers that's written off and the ballistic report showing that this firearm could be possibly 8587 Bravo, which belongs to SPV.
Kanti-ke uma ngikhuluma-ke nge-lab report, ngikhuluma ngokuthi-ke isibhamu lesi-ke kuyavelela-ke kwi-report ukuthi isibhamu mhlawumbe esisulwe i-serial number, kanti-ke ne-ballistic report yakwazi ukuthi ikusho lokho-ke.
In this instance, Exhibit X in brackets 13D.
Correct.
Kanti-ke lana sikhuluma ngayo-ke ingxenye yobufakazi okuyi-Exhibit X in bracket 13.
Thank you, my lord. That is all.
Thank you.
As the court pleases, my lord, I don't have any questions for this witness, my lord.
No questions. Okay, Mr. Mnisi?
Please, the court, I also don't have any question.
Okay.
May it pleases the court, my lord, I have no cross-examination to this witness. Thank you.
Mr. Msholo?
No questions, my lord.
Re-examination, sir?
Nothing, thank you, my lord.
Okay, I have a clarification question. You spoke about the barrel, you remember? Yeah, in this court. What did you say about the barrel?
The barrel number
Yeah.
is reflecting to the receiver and the frame number.
Right. So in terms of that license, there is a similar barrel number. Like a barrel has a number which is similar to the one which is called a serial number. Just examine that firearm.
The serial number and the barrel number correspond with
They
one
correspond
another.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just examine that firearm. Because we were told that the barrel is interchangeable.
It is interchangeable.
Hello?
The firearm, it is interchangeable.
Right.
So it's three components: the
Yes.
slide, the
Yes.
barrel, and the receiver, and it is interchangeable.
Right. The barrel which coincides with the serial number, is it visible to the naked eye?
No.
The barrel number.
No.
You know where it is situated
Yes.
normally?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
What is yes?
I know where the barrel number normally situated. It's there where the ejector port is on the barrel,
Yeah.
and on the slide as well on the right-hand side of the firearm.
Right. Are they erased? those
Correct.
Numbers? Are they?
Correct.
So
They
the-
are erased, so
the
it's
number
been
on the
filed
barrel
off.
has been erased.
Correct.
Right. And then also erased on the slide.
On the slide as well as on the receiver.
On the slide, yeah, as well as the receiver.
Correct.
Are you trained in the handling of firearms yourself?
Yes, in my previous times, I used to be a firearm instructor for 9 years out of my 24 years.
The metal of that barrel, what metal is it?
It's normally made out of forged steel.
What?
Forged steel.
Forged steel.
Forged steel.
How do you acquire the specifications of that forged steel of a barrel to coincide with it being slit into the very firearm? Do you know how it is constructed?
It's difficult to explain the detail of it.
Do you know them?
So
Hello?
I don't know it as an expert in terms of it. I know where the barrel numbers are
Yes, fine.
on this firearm, but I don't know the technical detail in terms of what specifications. What I know about this firearm is that it's a 9mm caliber. So the diameter of the barrel is 9mm, and the cartridges it's taking is 9mm by 19.
Okay. And you say it's forged steel.
A barrel is normally made out of forged steel. Correct.
Okay, any questions arising?
None, my lord.
None?
I have no questions, thank you.
None?
Just on confirmation, my lord.
Yes.
So did I hear you correctly to say in that barrel there is no serial number in
There's no serial number on the outside.
that barrel?
Correct.
So you cannot confirm if that barrel is the same barrel that belonged to that firearm.
If I can add on to it, it slipped my mind now. If you look
Yeah.
at the ballistics with the rifling inside, that can determine, that's where the ballistic testing was done on.
Okay.
So the rifling, the cuts inside the barrel,
Yes.
that's where the bullet goes out, so that can be used to determine that it's this firearm.
Okay. But so far you cannot tell.
You cannot detail in terms of the serial numbers that's been scratched off.
Thank you. Thank you, my lord. I confirm.
Yeah,
Mr.
but,
Regular.
yeah, I understand, but for the understanding, the rifling, as you call it,
Yes,
it's inside.
it's inside.
The larding and the grooving,
Yes.
right? And the stanchions, right? So the barrel, the manifestation of a barrel, it's a rod of an iron,
Correct.
right? But the rifling of the very barrel, it's inside.
It's on the inside.
And this is what is distinctive of indicating positively whether this gun was used for a particular purpose.
Correct.
Yeah, so that we understand that,
The lands and grooves inside
Yeah.
the barrel, yeah.
because if the barrel has got to be dysfunctional, assuming you've got to get somebody to destroy the rifling inside,
Yes.
so that when you fire, there's no discernible indication of any of the characteristics of that firearm in the rifling. Am I correct, sir?
Correct.
Any questions arising?
None, my lord.
I have no questions, thank you.
No questions.
Okay.
Ilokho ke akushoyo mayelana-ke nolwazi lwakhe okumayelana ney'phamu khuluma ngayo i-barrel uyasho ke ukuthi i-serial number iyakwazi ukuthi mhlawumbe ingatholakala kwi-barrel mhlawumbe nakwi-receiver kwi-slide kanjalo yingxenye zesibhamu-ke lezo okanye izinto zesibhamu kanti-ke uma sibheka ukuthi mina-ke ngiqeqeshiwe-ke ngey'bhamu futhi ngineminyaka ethize ngiqeqesha abanye abantu ukuthi isibhamu sisetshenziswa kanjani. Isibhamu-ke senziwe ngale insimbi okuthiwa-ke i-forged metal, uyakusho-ke lokho. kanti-ke kunzima-ke ukuthi umuntu angathi ukujula kakhulu mayelana-ke nezinye-ke izinto eziyikhethile okanye iy'mpawu eziyikhethile kangako. Ngaphandle kokuthi-ke ngibheke-ke into efana ne-serial number, ukuthi-ke uyakwazi-ke ukuthi ungabheka isibhamu nge-serial number leyo kanjalo. Kanti-ke i-serial number uyaqinisekisa-ke ukuthi ayibonakali ngapha kwibhareli ngaphandle kulesi sibhamu, ayikho ayibonakali ukuthi isuliwe. Ibhareli le esikhuluma ngayo-ke kuyibhareli ye-9mm by 19 useshilo-ke kanjalo, futhi uvumile lokho ukuthi ibhareli iyakwazi ukuthi ingashintshwa kufakwe mhlawumbe enye ibhareli. Kanti ngaphakathi kwebhareli kukhona-ke iy'mpawu nje eziyikhethile ngaphakathi. Khona indlela-ke isibhamu sakhekwe okanye ibhareli yakhekwe ngakhona ngaphakathi eyenza-ke ukuthi inhlamvu iphuma ngalezo y'bhamu futhi ngalezo y'mpawu phezu kwenhlamvu. Manje-ke ingendlela-ke ibhareli ngakhona usho kanjalo. Ama-groove phecelezi sikhuluma kanjalo, ama-groove okanye-ke ama-reference kanjalo, njengoba eseshile okanye ama-cuts ukusikeka ngaphakathi. Ikhona-ke ukwenza ukuthi ibhareli kube ibhareli eyikhethile ezosho ukuthi lesi sibhamu isona esadubula khona lapha. Thank you, madam.
Thanks, Mr. Smarts. Any relation to General Smarts?
It might be, I don't know. But
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Beloy.
The court, please, my lord. The state calls the next witness. It's Mr. Lionel Robert Zwani.
What's your time now?
It's 11:15.
Okay, fine. Lalo, Robert Zwani.
It's witness number 82 on the list.
Amagama aphelele ungathi kusukuma ngibona ngizohlala ama-step ngikhathi isifika.
Why do you want him to stand up? Let him sit down. Are you saying God won't hear the prayer when he's seated?
I thought it was procedural, but not that an oath be
Okay.
taken.
The most important thing is the oath, not how you're sitting or standing.
God pleases my Lord.
Okay.
Ungahlala ngizohlala. Thank you, my Lord.
Yeah, swear the witness.
Ungaba asiqale ngamagama. Amagama akhe aphelele. Robert Lion Zwani. These are the names of the witness, my Lord.
Robert
Lion
Zwani.
Zwani, my Lord.
Okay.
Manje-ke khona lento ebizwa isifungo, uyayazi ba? Isifungo. Thatha isifungo sokhuluma iqiniso. Uyakwazi lokho? Ungaba nenkinga yokuthatha isifungo. There is no objection in taking a prescribed oath from the witness, my Lord. Ake senze kanjani. Uyafunga-ke babuzwana ukuthi lobu bufakazi ozobuthula la enkantolo kuyoba iqiniso. Iqiniso lolo ngaphandle kokubi. Uma ngabe kunjalo-ke ungaphakamisa sokuvisana ethi inkosi ngisize ngikhulume. Oath taken, my Lord.
Yes.
Baba Zwani, what do you do for a living?
Uyiphilisa ngani nje baba?
Ngisebenza nabantu
I work with people
ukusiza abantu ukuwasha amakhambi.
herbal medicine, my Lord. I help people with the herbal medicine.
Yes, and what else?
Nobukho okunye-ke.
Umsebenzi wami nje ukusiza abantu.
That's my work. I help people.
And where are you based? Where do you work from?
Usebenzela kuphi-ke manje?
Ngisephambili estation 4.
I'm at Palm Ridge Extension 4.
Do you know any of the accused before this court?
Abamangalelwa ngabe khona obaziyo la enkantolo masifuna abamangalelwa.
Engimaziyo wesibili.
The one that I know is Sibiya.
Which one?
Omope ke kulaba
Can you just
abahlezi
point him out?
enkantolo. Yababona about 5.
Oh, suka lapha ke.
Ukusuka lapha ukuya le.
Okay.
Yes, I can see now. The order. No, he's tall. The spear I'm referring to is tall.
Yes.
As it is the court, we were unable to hear this. Especially in the language that is speaking, we are able to follow it in Zulu. So we're going to request through the court that at least it raises his voice so we can also follow what he's saying.
Ummeli lo.
Yeah.
Uyacela ke mangeke ukuthi uzama ukuphakamisa iphimbo mokhulumo.
Oh, ivoice yakhe.
Ivoice
Oh.
yephezulu. Can I say this?
Yes.
Usibili. Ngambona ngalelo langa efike ngaleli. Wabuya kimi sebuya nenkinga yokuthi kunenkinga ebavele abebe ufuna khona lelo toro.
Now, the spear that I'm referring to. The spear that I'm referring to, I saw him only once. And then he came again at the time that they were having some problem that has to do with their work.
Okay.
Now this beer is not a person that I can, with confidence, point him out or identify him and say, yeah, this is the one.
Tell the courts, own words, what happened during the occasion when you first met him.
Awutshela inkantolo uma uhlangana naye kuqala kwenzala ungajaheli lo usitshela ngasekela.
Usibiya mangihlangana naye. Bafika kimi bathathu.
Now, when I first met with Sibiya, they came to me in the company of 3. So there were 3 of them.
Mabefika kimi bebathathu. Umuntu engakhuluma naye uya lo sibili.
Now,
when uyena ngakhuluma naye face to face.
Now, the person that I directly communicated or interacted with was this Sibiya that I am referring to. Just as I am talking to the interpreter now, this is the same person that I directly interacted with, this Sibiya.
Yes.
Usibiya mabefika kimi bazocela usizo, angibani ukuthi baniwa ngibani. Bazocela usizo lomsebenzi. Bacela umsebenzi, bafuna ukuthi bayothola umsebenzi. Njengomuntu ogeza nayo ngiyageza-ke mina. Ngithanda lokhu-ke ngiyageza ngihambe ngiyobheka umsebenzi.
Now, when Sibiya and them came to me, they came to me as people that were in need of work. They were referred to me by somebody I don't know, but eventually they came to me and they said that they needed some work. They wanted to go, market for work and find work. Now I had to give them some herbal medicine for cleansing purposes. And I said to them, here is the product. You can go and cleanse yourself with this product, and thereafter you can go and search for work.
And what is this medicine that is used for cleansing called?
Le khambo abanikeza lona libizwa
ikhambi lakhona
lokugeza
lokugeza
le lokugeza
uma beyofuna umsebenzi
uma beyofuna umsebenzi
uma beyofuna umsebenzi banika impahla emhlophe phela befuna umsebenzi banikezani yebo ukuthi kube mhlophe
Kube mhlophe.
la beyakhona.
Yes, but not the product that I gave to them is called Inhlanhla Mhlophe, meaning translated as the white luck, because that is what they are looking for. They want to search for work and find luck, or have luck in finding that work. It is called Inhlanhla Mhlophe.
Yes. Then what happened?
Kwasekwenzakalani-ke emva kokuthi banikezele Inhlanhla Mhlophe?
Do you remember which year that was?
Uyakhumbula kwaba ngumuphi unyaka uma banikeza Inhlanhla Mhlophe?
Umkhulu umxolele uma uthi sayina lapho uzofaka isithunzi akazi A akazi C akazi B.
You'll have to forgive the old man. If I am instructed to sign, I just put a thumbprint there. I am illiterate.
Kunamhlanje ngathi ngizindaba.
I don't even know today's date.
Yes. That's fine. You can proceed. Did you charge them for your services?
Ngabe khona ke imali wathi bakunikezeyo. Ngale nkonzo banikezeyo.
Ukungilalela.
Now you should listen to me clearly.
Umsebenzi wami. Njengalokhu ngicishe ukhona lapha wena. Usemsebenzini. Kunemali uzoyithola uma ushayisa ngoba usebenzini. Yebo ngiyavuma ikhona imali abanikana.
Yes, I agree.
500 rand.
Yes.
Bengihlola nge-100 rand angikhumbuli behlola
Yes, I agree. Now you should listen to me clearly now. You are here, you are at work, and you get paid for the work that you are doing. That as well is the work that I am doing. And on that day, I do not recall them, doing some consultation as such. I did not charge them the consultation. I usually charge them 100 rands per consultation. But on that day, they gave me 500 rands for the work that I have furnished to them.
Now, you say you spoke to Sibia. Did he tell you what type of work they were looking for?
Objection, my lord. Objection. That is going to be hearsay. Unless the state puts it on record, that is going to court at Mr. Sibia. Thank you.
Mr. Malloy?
Well, we'll get to the issue of who this Mr. Sibia is. As a court pleases, it will become clear as the witness proceeds.
Okay.
But we'll revert to this question at a later stage. What happened after this first consultation?
Uma beqala ke ukubonana nawo bokuqala kwase kwenzakalani uma siqhubeka ke siyaphambili.
phela ukuqala ukubonana nabo mina ngiqale emzukwana bezocela izinto zami zenhlahla yomsebenzi.
Now the very first time that I met with them, it was on the occasion where they came to seek for some products or services that has to do with their luck or the luck to find some work.
Yes. What happened after that consultation?
Emva kokuthi ubonane ke nabo kanye emva kokuthi ke uhlangane nabo ke ngalolu suku kwasekwenzakalani
Okwenzeka angikwazi. Ngibone sebephinde buya kimi futhi yena isibili.
I don't know what then transpired after that. I only saw him coming back again, this Sibiya, to me.
Now, how long after the first consultation did Sibia come back?
Ake sithi mhlambe waqala ukubona namhlanje.
Yeah.
Wahamba.
Yeah.
Waphinde wabuya futhi
Cishe-
emva kwensuku
Cishe manje
ezingaka.
2 days 3 days waphinde wabuya kimi futhi.
Perhaps after about 2 to 3 days, he then came back to me.
And on this second occasion, was he alone? Was he with other people?
manje ke okwesibili masekafika kuwe okwesibili beke hamba yedwa okanye wayehamba nabanye abantu
ngifuna ukusho labantu bebeba kodwa engipesane naye face to face
ilo sibili
laba abanye angikwazi bakhomba nokubadirect ukuthi yilo cha umuntu oyena nje engipesane
okokuqala bebe u3 kodwa ke wabonana nosibili
umuntu engakhuluma naye nje wasikhuluma
okokuqala
yeah
okwesibili ke masebebuya
noma sebebuya
bonga
babuya lapho ke sayitshela ngifuna ukusho impela kuphoyisa lami angazi impela ukuthi ngizothi babuya sebebanga kwesibili kodwa lokhu kufike nosibili ezongibikela osekwenzakela
now the second time around I cannot ascertain as to the number of the people that came. Safe to say that this very Sibiya that came for the first time to consult with me, he came the second time around to indicate that that job has been done. What umsebenzi wenziwe
uthi mayebu lapho kade beyobheka khona umsebenzi sekulimele umuntu.
Now he says to me where they had gone to search for work, there's someone that had sustained some injury there. Yes.
Just a minute. Now, did you say who this person is who sustained injury?
Ngabe washo yini ubani lo oselimele?
Cha.
No.
That's hearsay.
Sabaloyi, where are you going to with the hearsay?
As the court pleases, we will, as the court pleases, we will leave it at that. We'll, as I said, we'll come back to this aspect at a later stage. Yes, you may proceed.
So, angisho manje useyafika. Emva kokuthi akhulume lokho akhulumileyo osekhona limele kwase kwenzakalani?
Mina ke bona bafunani angithi njengokuthi ushonela udadewethu angithi uyacishe ngomzulu noma umbala ngazi uyakwazi ukuthi thina siyageza amakade ushonile family mina ke ngikhipha lento yokugeza ukuthi umuntu maye edibane nethunze leminyama uyahlanza mina ngibanike enhlambulu kwaphela engakwenza
no I don't know in terms of your cultural background, but with us when somebody has passed on within the family, there is some ritual cleansing of the members of the family. The same principle I applied here when they came, because they cross paths with misfortune, and as a result, I had to assist them for ritual cleansing after that. I helped them only with two things.
Yes.
Now,
yes, well, what did you help them with?
uye wabasiza ngani? I gave them the medicine or the herbal medicine for cleansing, which is called ihlazi sokugeza.
Yes.
That's it, yes.
Yes. Now, what happened after the second consultation?
Emva kokuthi ke bazobonana nawe okwesibili. Subanikeze ini lesihlazi. Kwase kwenza.
Wabe kuphelile ke baphela kimi babuye kimi sekubuya amaphoyisa.
And that was about it. They no longer came to me. They no longer came to me. The eventuality was that there was a stage where they now came back again. Now in the company of the police. I do not have any relations with these people. No, I don't have any relations with them.
Yes, the
uthi ungaqhubeka kwenzakalani ke actually uyasitshela ke manje
after how long after the second consultation did they come back with the police?
Should ke
As it please the court, my lord, I'm sorry to sound a little bit inconveniencing. I think this witness says after they went away, then thereafter came the police. No, that
They came back with the police.
Is that what he said?
Yes. I
maybe
listened. I
misunderstood.
told you wrong ago. They came back with the police.
Yes.
angisho lokho kushilo
I can ask him in
baphinde
Zulu.
sebebuya namaphoyisa
sekufika amaphoyisa kimi
oh hayibona
no
Fika amaphoyisa
sekufika
wodwa.
amaphoyisa kimi
Kuwe.
kimi
abekho bona
kahleke fika amaphoyisa kimi masifika la maphoyisa afika njengabantu abazenza njengabantu abazohlola ngithi mina sengivalile ngisahloli
no actually it is the police that came and they impersonated themselves as patients or people that needed some consultation or some spiritual examining. So they came as patients to me, and I told them that I am not examining now. I'm closed.
emveni kwalokho ehambela amaphoyisa ayi-2
Now the police are
ehambela amaphoyisa u-2 mayehamba la maphoyisa u-2 angisho akuphelanga i-5 minutes waqhamuka imoto untuluntulu-ke manje untuluntulu into enze yeyimoto
and there were 2 police officers that came, and after they had left, not even 5 minutes had lapsed. Then there was an entourage of vehicles that came there in the scene, or rather there at my place. A lot of police, a lot of vehicles.
yeah lapho kungimenyelwa intombazana isayitshenwe ucishe ukhona futhi naye
Now there was
owangimemeza umenyelwa
Usayitsheni.
angazi usayitsheni yini
Kodwa iphoyisa.
uyiphoyisa ukhona ngibonile ukhona
intombazana.
intombazana uyangimemeza uthi khulu basayigeti ikedami liyakhila
Now there was this female police officer that shouted to me or called out loud to me, and she was saying, Mkulu, meaning grandpa, and they were busy hitting the gate there. And that police officer, I saw her, she is here, I saw her, she is here.
ngasukuma-ke ngaphuma
I stood up.
ngiyobona ukuthi kwenze njani
I stood up and I walked to the outside to go
uma
and
ngifika lapha
check what
egeyithini ngaphi
happened.
iy'moto sezenze nje
When I got to the gate, the vehicles were packed in a series form like that.
ngafike ngavula igate
I got there and I opened the gate,
bangena ngaphakathi
and they got inside.
sahamba saya phakathi endlini yami
Then-
namaphoyisa
We walked into my house together with the police officers.
uma sifika ngaphakathi kula ngizwa khona ukuthi kunodaba okufuneka ngizolikhuluma
When we got inside, that is where
kunabafana bababophile
Then-
manje bakhuluma ngegama lami
that is when I heard that there is some matter that I need to respond to. There are young people that have been arrested or apprehended, and they made mention of my name.
ma kusuka lapho-ke engithatha amaphoyisa siphumele phandle-ke manje siphumele ngaphandle emgwaqeni
Now, from there, we walked to the outside now. We walked up to the street.
ma ngifika ngaphandle amaphoyisa eme nje kanje njengoba kuhlela abantu
Yeah.
eme samarawu maningi
Now when I got to the outside, the police were outside. They were crowded in that area, and they were standing just as these people are seated here in here, and there were many of them.
Ezekiel, please, Mala, will this be an appropriate time to take the short adjournment?
la maphoyisa
awuzawubalisa mase sibuye etiye.
ngiyabonga.
Nami. Okay.